Wait, all of you type present. Yes, good morning. See, last time we have done a little bit introduction of connectivity part, where we have discussed how we can insert the value, how we can delete, and how we can um, update. Fine. So, and then today we will discuss one more thing, that is how we can display the information, because ultimately what we are doing continuously, we are going to the database MySQL and then we are checking how to display. So now after this deletion only, we are going to discuss that how we are going to display. Okay, so this is the topic, and then once this is done, we are going to do some we are going to make a fresh program where actually we are going to merge all these things, and that too in the form of a function. So the very first thing is we are going to, as I said, I wanted to display all the records. Okay, so ultimately it has to be in, as a SQL query. So we are going to write my cursor dot execute. This is how we are going to start. And then whatever is my query. Now my query is I wanted to display all the records. So select asterisk from student. This is my table. So once I have done this, then after this, what I need to do is I just wanted to, I'll be getting all the information. So that will be in the my cursor. Okay, means complete table will be in the my cursor. So I have to fetch first of all the records. So for fetching all the records with my cursor, I can use three functions. First is fetch all, second is fetch one, and third is fetch many. Fetch all means all the records you wanted to fetch. Fetch one means only single record you wanted to fetch. For example, you have written where condition and then means only one record was there. So that time you will be using fetch one. And if few records are there, multiple records are there, so that time you can use uh, fetch many. Fine. So ultimately we have to use the function my cursor dot fetch all. Remember, we are going to use again and again either fetch all or fetch one, because when we are using select query, either we are fetching complete record or a single record. It is means any one thing. So we will be using fetch all. Now ultimately, when I'm going to do like this, no, I will be getting complete record. So that complete record, that will be in the form of a list basically. So I need to store it somewhere. You can take any variable name. Suppose I'm writing here my result. You can write here table. It is your choice. So I'm storing it over here. First, I will print the value of my result and we will check. So print the value of my result means you have to understand that from the you have to check that from the database how you are going to get the information in Python. Okay, this is the first thing we have to check. So first we will save this and we will execute this. Now when I will run this model, see, this is how it is showing me my complete record. Okay, now my complete record, if you will see that first of all it is starting with the square brackets. That is the first thing. It means it is in the form of a list. Then every record has been shown. For example, this is my first record. You can see it, this my first record has been shown in the form of tuple. Then second record in the form of a tuple. Then after that fourth record in the form of a tuple. So like this, all the records are shown in the form of a tuple. So the very first thing what I need to do is I need to, and then to display all the information in a particular manner. Okay, so sorry. Anyone any doubt? Richa, just mute your mic. Yes, Prince, we will be using it later on. Okay, so as I said that if I'm going to print this complete information, it is in the form of a list. Now I wanted to have little bit better manner. Fine. So what I can do, we know how to execute or how to fetch the information from the list one by one. Ultimately, we have to run the loop. So what we can do over here, we can run the loop for I in My result. So means basically this is your list. Now you can print all the information one by one. Print I. So what it is going to print? It is going to print every tuple in the form of a new row, basically, because after printing one record, one tuple, it is going to change the line. So you can see now first tuple, then second tuple, third tuple, and fourth tuple. Still, if I am not satisfied with this answer, what I can do over here? See, one more thing. If you will see it over here, from this table, from this tuple, this is the 0 index. Then this is the first index, second index, third index. Okay, one more thing, you can see how your date and time format has been shown over here. So actually you have to convert it. Okay, then only you can see it in the proper format. So that all we will do one by one. So I of 0, comma, I of 1. Ultimately what we are doing, we are dereferring all the location, all the values basically. So total there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values. So I will be writing up to 4. So I of 1, then I of 2, then I of 3. Okay, so total 5. 5 were there, so up to I of 4. So like this I will be doing, then I'll show you the difference. You can see this is much more better, and plus now this date and time format has been also removed. Okay, now if you will see, this is how from MySQL you are getting. This is how you can get every tuple by tuple, and this is how you can actually get in the form of a value. And this is actually the best way of fetching all the information. Fine. The reason is because see, when we will fetch the information like this, then we can use these information for some task also. Now it is up to us that how we are going to do this. Suppose you now if you are having the doubt that you only wanted to print the name or something like that, now in asterisk, don't write asterisk, you write here name only. Okay, if you wanted to print the name, write here name, one record will come, so only that record you have to print. For example, see, because this is, I'm just showing you the, I'm just copying this and I'm pasting it again. The question is if I wanted to print only the name. So what we can do over here, select over here, I will be writing only the name part. So see, now I'm going to get only couple of names. So instead of all these information, I will be only writing I of 0, because ultimately only one record I will be having. Now if I will run this, just 1 minute, name was not there. It is S name. So I'll be writing here S name. See, ultimately this has to be same as that of your MySQL. Okay, so you can see now it is showing only the name part, Hannah, Jack, Alex, John. So whatever you, if you want a particular column, your query, SQL query has to be like that, right? I hope this is also clear. Suppose you want 2 columns, so write comma and then write second column name. You write 3 columns, you write comma and write third column name. You want only for 3, 4, 5 record, you write here where condition. So this is what, how much you are flexible with MySQL actually. Okay. Therefore, MySQL must be very clear to you when you are going to do connectivity, so that you can decide that what type of information you wanted to fetch. Now see, in this only I'll be doing one more, I'm going to add one more thing, and then we will make a complete different program. See, basically what we have done in this complete program, everything is constant. Everything is constant means, see, everything we have fixed. For example, where means we are going to delete the record where SID is 1. Here we are going to, we are updating where this is the date of admission and this is the name. And in real world, this thing never happens. Okay, real world, what we are actually doing, that everything we are asking from the user, and then on the basis of user only we are displaying all the information. Means we are deleting, we are updating on, even we are inserting on the basis of users information. So now the question is how you are going to do it on the basis of users given information. Fine. So only we will check with respect to delete. Then when we will be making complete new program, that time everywhere we are going to do it on the basis of users given instructions. Okay. Now suppose what I want, this SID must be given by the user. So what I'm going to do in this particular case, the very first thing is I will be asking SID from the user. For example, ID is equal to, then I'm using integer input, and then I am asking enter the ID for deleting the record. And this is how I have written. So it is going, what it is going to do, it is going to delete, and after delete, sorry, not delete, it is going to ask from the user and then it will store in ID. Now over here, what I can do, there are two options. First is, here I'm going to write shortcut. Later on, we are going to do the long cut method. So in my cursor.execute function, it needs basically two arguments where the second argument is optional. Okay. First argument is compulsory. First argument means SQL command is compulsory. And then if you wanted to give any value from the user side, for example, this one. So here instead of 1, you will be writing %s. And here after this, you give one comma and you have to write the information in the form of tuple. Tuple means you write your column, your variable, then after that comma. See, we know the property of tuple. If it is a single value, it is compulsory that we have to give comma afterwards. If it is 2, 3 values, all the values will be separated by comma, and plus it has to be in the circular bracket. Now suppose if I'll execute this. Run module, then I'm giving this time 4th record. You can see 4th record has been deleted. I'm executing the same thing. Okay, this time it is asking, I'm giving 2nd record. You can see now the 2nd record has been deleted. So now this is what we are actually doing. Okay, what we are actually doing is we are asking the information from the user and then we are doing deletion. Same thing you can do for updation also over here. For example, date of admission is equal to %s, name is equal to %s, and now instead of writing it into multiple lines, I am writing it in the same line. Okay, this is my SQL command. And then see, after this, I need to pass 2 more. I have to give 2 more arguments. Suppose I will be asking, first is date of admission and second one was name. So I'm writing here name. Okay, so both the information I have to ask from the user over here. So date of admission is equal to input, enter, date of admission, and then we have name is equal to, we are going to ask the name also from the user only. Okay, now you run the same program. Date of admission, now see, we have to check it properly and then only we will be giving this. Suppose I have given this and the name I have given as John. Acha, एक second, it was update student set date of admission where, acha, see this date I have to give according to my choice. I have not changed actually. I should give it from my side. Otherwise, so what it is doing, it is updating the same thing. Let me give it again. Date of admission, you can give anything. For example, 2030 I am giving. 10, and it is, we are giving for, suppose any one student, I am giving for Alex. Okay, ID to be deleted, 5th one I wanted to delete. Now you can see for Alex, the date has been changed and 5th record has been deleted. So now what you have to understand, see, if multiple records are there, multiple values you were asking from the user, so in the SQL query must be replaced by %s, and over here in the form of a tuple you have to pass the information. But we will be writing some different method also. Matlab, ultimately you have to understand these two values we will be taking in two separate variables. Fine. How we are going to do? First, we will be making one SQL variable where we are actually going to write our SQL command, means this one. And then we will be making the tuple of value where we are going to crop this and we are going to pass this. See, everything must be clear to you. So here first argument is the SQL statement and second is the value part. Okay, so this is how actually we are going to do all the tasks. The reason is it is very easy for us to understand. Okay, otherwise when your queries are lengthy, then it will be difficult for you to understand, or to if you will get the problem, then debugging will be very difficult task. Okay, now as I said, we are going to start with the program again. One I am explaining to you, and then you are going to do it by yourself. Fine. So we are going to make a new program today. Now in this program, as I said, we will be making functions and then everything. The very first thing is import statement. And see, first I'm writing one table. You are also going to make the same thing, but later on you are going to change it. Sports, sports ID, sports name, quantity and price. Suppose I am taking these off. Okay, today you will do practice with these only, and you have to do everything. Everything means insert, delete, update, display all and display specific. We will see whatever we will be able to complete today, then tomorrow we will continue the same thing. And then with that, you will be able to do the connectivity between Python and MySQL. So the very first thing is MySQL.connector. This is the first thing. Then we have to connect it. So MyDB is equal to, again, the same file name, and then we have one function of this, that is connect. .connect, in which we are going to pass 3 arguments. We can pass 4, but we are going to pass 3 arguments. First is your host, so it will be localhost. Second one is the username. Username will be by default root only. Then password, whatever is the password in your system for MySQL. Remember, try to keep it same as what we are having. So after these 3 things, you have to create the cursor. So MyDB dot cursor. This is the function. Once the cursor is created, I have to store it in any variable. So suppose I am taking my cursor. These 3 lines, as I said, are fixed. So we are not going to change these lines. Then we have to create the database and all. Fine. So now what we will do, we will make a complete menu driven program. Only we are making and selecting the database. Fine. So the very first thing is my cursor dot execute, and the first command is create database if not exist. If not exist, then whatever is the name of the database. Now I'm going to write the same name. Okay, it is 12CS. So it is not going to create the database, fine. But when you will be making the project, that time you have to create it like this. Then we are going to use that. So after this, use, and then your database name, that is 12CS. Then you have to create a table. So again, for create table, we will be writing everything. Create table, then if not exist, then sports. And see, when you have a big string or big statement, always write it, make habit of writing it into multiple columns, so that later on if you are going to do any debug or you wanted to see the information again and again, it will be easy for you to see the information. Varchar 10, then quantity integer type, and price I am taking floating point type. The reason is we should deal with every type of data type. Suppose I am writing here 5,2. Okay, then after this I have to close. You can see that I have closed this. We will check this whether this much is working perfectly or not. So print executed successfully. See, this is what you have to do practice today. Remember, fine? Program sports. If I will run this, executed successfully means no problem with my any command. Now see, I'm going to make all the functions. Okay, so the functions are it is your choice where you wanted to create it. For example, I'm going to make my functions from here. My first function will be insert function. The work of this function will be to insert, print, to insert into table. And one time you will do practice of this. Remember, you are going to start making your project. Okay, even that will be considered as your holiday homework also. Therefore, we have done this part first instead of rather than other Python chapters. Then after insert, delete, then to delete from table. Now first is insert, then delete. But remember, see, you may have different name. For example, if it is related to your sports, so you can get something like maintaining stock means at the time of insertion, uh, maintaining stock or new stock, deletion of stock, something like that. So it's not compulsory that everybody is going to use these names because it will be according to your uh, project. Insert, delete, then update, to update from table. Then we have one more function, that is to display. Display may I'm going to show to display all records. To display all records. To display all records. Then after that we will be having one more, that is search. Search means we will be writing where clause. Okay, to search specific record. Specific record. So we have created this perfectly. Then we need a menu driven, a complete menu. Okay, even for menu also you can create one function. Means when you will be making project, no, your menu has to be in a very systematic manner. I'm just making it as a top level statement. So for menu, it will run infinite times. How we are making menu driven program. So while true. So for example, print. I'm writing here heading. You can write anything, program for connectivity. Then after that, print. Now we will show all the choices to the user. One for insertion. You can use \n there or your choice in the multiple lines directly here only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are there. So 3, 4, 5 and 6 is to exit. Okay. So 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Insertion, then deletion. After deletion, then you will be having updation. After updation, display. Display all. Then search. Even all these information will be different according to your requirement. And then exit. Okay. This is my menu driven program. Then now in this, again, so many if else condition, user will give one choice. So choice is equal to integer input. Enter choice. Now we have to check if choice is equal to 1. See, now this is all what we have done in the 11th standard. Then we are going to call insert function. है ना, elif choice is equal to 2. Then we are going to call delete function. Then this is for 3, this is for 4, and this is for 5. So elif choice is equal to 3. We are going to call update function. Then elif choice is equal to, after update we are going to use display function. And see, every time remember this thing that once you have done any one code, always you have to always you have to check whether mistake is there or not there. Okay, make small part, check those part. If it is working perfectly, then only you go for the another part. It is display. For example, once this menu will be complete, then I will check for menu first. It is not like that I will make complete program and then in the last only I am going to check. And then we have choice. If choice is equal to 5, in that particular case, choice is 5, then we are going to use search option. Else if choice is equal to 6, we are going to exit. Okay, now see, this much we have done. Now we will check this first. As I said that we will not make complete program in one go. We will check everything. Now we are checking that whether all these are working or not. First working, second working, third working, fourth working, fifth working, sixth working. Okay, so what you have to understand that it is working perfectly. Now once you are sure that it is working perfectly, now we will work with all these functions one by one. Now to insert record. As I said, now every value we will ask from the user. We have created the table, but there is nothing in the table right now. So we are going to ask all the values. First is we are going to ask the SID from the user. So S is equal to integer input and then enter the ID. Enter the ID के बदले I am writing enter new ID. See, right now we are writing like this, but later on we will generate it automatically. We will write the code to generate it automatically. Okay, so we have written like this, enter new ID. Then name we are asking. So name is equal to, it is your choice. You can take same variable name or different variable name from Python, from MySQL. Enter name. This will be name of equipment. Quantity. Now last two I am taking same. Same means whatever we are having in the MySQL, same I am taking. First two were different, last two I will be taking same, so that it will be clear to you that anyone we can use. But always make habit of taking different, otherwise you will be confused. Fine. So QTY is equal to integer input then enter quantity. Then after that flow price is equal to float, then input enterprise in rupees. This is your choice, whether you are writing or not writing. Okay, now once this is done, then I have to write my SQL query. My SQL query will be, as we have discussed, insert into sports values. Okay, values. Then now you see how many were there, total 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 times I'm going to write percentage s, comma, percentage s, comma. Okay, I was not supposed to write double quote. 1, 2, then 3, and then 4. Okay, this is the easiest way of writing SQL query. Then my value part I'm going to write in the form of tuple. So my first value, now all these variables of Python. Okay, s, comma name, comma qty, comma price. Okay, so we have created SQL query as well as tuple. Now we have to pass this to the, now we have to execute this. So it will be my cursor dot execute. Then first is your SQL query, comma, second is your value part. Okay, now once this is done, we are very much sure that if we will not use, one thing is remaining. Any one of you let me know what is remaining here. Only one line statement is remaining.
Show. Commit.
Yes, commit is remaining. So what we are going to do, mydb.commit, otherwise it will not reflect the change. Okay, so we will check today this much. So I'm just executing this program. First choice insertion, 1, name, Jack. Oh, sorry. I was supposed to write sports name. Suppose by mistake I have written this name, 2030. Okay, now we will check this whether it is working actually or not. See, we are not getting error. It means it is going to work, but still we have to check. Select asterisk from sports. I was supposed to write any sports name actually. Okay, see, so you can see that it is working. Now what I'm going to do, I'm suppose again I'm using another choice. Again choice 1. So it means again it is going to ask me to insert. I'm giving second. Suppose I'm writing here ball and then 60 and then 80. So it must be inserted. We can cross check over here. So see, second record has been also inserted over here. Okay, so this is how you are going to do insertion. Anyone, any doubt? Insertion, then let me know. Hanji.
Can we use this backslash this percentage s for taking the input of table name?
Percentage s, actually percentage s you can use for any data type. So therefore we are using percentage s only. It is format specifier, that is first basically for string. And MySQL, Python is supporting both type of information. Ultimately, when it will go to Python, it will go to MySQL. It will convert according to its data type.
So because I am getting the error while creating the table, I have used this format. I've shared you check.
You are writing with create table, no? With create table, no need to write.
Because I want to take the input of table name.
You wanted to take input of?
Table name, the name of table. Like here we have sports, right?
And you are getting error for this. Can you share this code so that we can do that practically?
Sorry, ma'am.
If you can share the screenshot, then we will do it. Coding part, no? Then we will share. We will do it practically.
Okay, ma'am.
Or else first I will check that whether it is the whether we can do this or no. Then we will check, because see, basically it is working with your all DML commands. It is working, and for DDL command it is working or not, that we have to cross check one time.
Ma'am,
Yes.
what this statement reflects percentage S.
See, percentage S is indicating, it is a format specifier basically. So it indicates that instead of this, any value will be coming, fine. So which value will be coming, then that we are writing later on. That first percentage S will be replaced by this value. Then second percentage S will be replaced by this value. Third will be replaced by this. Fourth will be replaced by this. If you are writing 4 times percentage S here, 4 times you have to pass the values. Okay. Basically the value that in the form of variable we are going to give, not in the form of variable directly. We can pass constant value also, but in this line we are not writing. In the insert command we are not writing. So later on we will be providing its alternate value or the alternate answer. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so today you are going to do practice up to here, and all those students who can do the work of delete, update, try to do it by yourself. Okay, we are going to discuss this tomorrow, but try to do it all these by yourself, and then you share the answer with me. And Prince, yours I will check, then I will let you know. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
all of you. Anji, good day all of you.